Welcome everybody to the Trades of the Week, where myself, Marcus de Maria, and my head trader, Dennis Sahlström, take you through everything that we're doing in different asset classes, different time frames, different strategies. And we show you the results at the end of the Trades of the Week as well. If you want to know these strategies and you want to learn them and get the results that we're getting, then please join us this Saturday for the Stock Market Masterclass, a whole day of training by myself, Marcus de Maria. You'll have the link up above. Go ahead and register now. And there's also a link in the description. And I look forward to seeing you there live, virtually, of course, but live from the comfort of your own home. But it will be live. You get to ask me any question, and the link is above and below. Okay, so Dennis, what is happening? Let's have a look at the Buffalo market first.
Hello, everyone, and let's go in and have a look at the Buffalo market. And it's been very, very volatile the last couple of weeks, and the reasons might be obvious, and we're going to go into those in just a moment. But the first opportunity here, which is APG, it just came down and rallied back up again, but took us out at a 1% loss. So there's definitely not a moo. It's probably a boo instead. But that happens.
Boo, yes, of course. And you know, obviously this volatility has to do with many different scenarios, but predominantly with the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. And because the market, just that you never, ever, ever likes uncertainty. So when there was the buildup of troops, you know, are they going to invade? Are they not going to invade? Are they going to invade? Are they not going to invade? And then finally, funnily enough, when they do invade, the stock market went up. That normally happens because there's now certainty. Oh, he is invading. So there's certainty in the market. Strange, strange, strange. Okay, what else do we have to have a look at?
Yeah, and of course, let's hope they end this as soon as possible.
Of course.
So, yeah, and the same happened with NVBI. It's Northwest Branches. And the same there, just rallied down and came back up again, 1% loss there as well. So it's not been a great week so far, but we've had great weeks before. This is just the nature of trading, right? So no emotions in there. We just know that if we continue, we will have the profits as well.
I'd rather lose 1% than my country be invaded and, you know, my friends and family die. So I'll take these losses. I'm going to take them.
I agree. The same with TXRH, Texas Roadhouse, the same there. But this was the other way around, right? It rallied down and then came back up and took us out. And this was a short. So we tried to be hedged here. But when there is this massive volatility, some strategies will perform better than others. That's just the nature of how it is. And the same happened with Woodward Inc. It just rallied down, took us in and rallied up again. So 4 losses this week, which is not great. But it happens. It's just part of the game. So,
do we have any winners?
No winners this week. We are
so -4. Okay, I thought it was -3. Okay, good.
Yeah, so 4 minus there. So what is happening this week in the market? As you know, Marcus mentioned briefly with Ukraine, that creates a lot of volatility in the market, and we just have to see how everything develops. Let's hope it ends very soon. Our thoughts are, of course, with everyone in Ukraine, and we can just support the best way we can. But we are, of course, continuing because we never know what's going to happen. The market might rally more, they might go down, but that's, of course, the biggest talk here. And a lot of the Russian companies, such as the biggest banks in Russia as well, is down like 70% from the high. The biggest, the Russian index, is also down around 40-50% from the high. And then we also have ruble, the currency, is down like 30% in 2 or 3 days. So they're really being sanctioned by the rest of the world currently, which is really affecting the country itself and the economy. Now, we are not really looking, it's a bit of a gamble to get into, because I've gotten these questions, get into the Russian banks, the Russian companies, because hopefully they recover, but we're not sure how long this is going to last. So we do think there's better opportunities out there. So be careful, make sure you have reasonable risk. It might even be worth, when using the Buffalo strategy, maybe to risk 0.5% or something like that, just because of the increased volatility. But volatility is our friend, and hopefully it will not move up and down, and it will move in one direction for a couple of days or week, hopefully. So with that in mind,
yeah, this kind of volatility is much, much better. This kind of volatility is good for trading, of course, but this kind of volatility is much better for our value cost averaging strategy than it is for the Buffalo, as you can see. By the way, I feel a little bit sorry as well for the Russian people, because the ruble just collapsed. I mean, 30% overnight. So, the average person in the street is now worth 30% less in terms of the money they have in their pocket. So we're hoping, although hopium, it's not a great strategy, that there will be increasing pressure on Putin as well from his own people. Okay, do we have anyone that we're going to get into, though? Because you have a choice now, right? You either say, okay, well, there's going to be volatility, so I need to go up and down, which is what we normally say. But when there's real whipsawing like this, as opposed to just volatility, then you have the choice of either just staying out of the market, right, which might not be a bad choice right now, or being hedged. We're going to continue trading just to, because that's what we do. But in terms of what you might want to do, maybe you just want to say, and you have that choice, right? You have that choice of actually saying, look, whatever's happening in the market, I'm just going to stay in cash right now. So Dennis, what are we going to do?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 positions here, but I'm going to get to another point in just a moment. That is really important. But Huntington Ingalls Industries, HII, or Hotel India, and a short position. We're adding that. We're out of most of our buffaloes. We're adding a short one, but I would like to see a smaller candle today, preferably a red reversal candle here. So let's hope we get one of those. But let's see. But it's still a good risk-reward ratio on this so far.
Okay, very good. So that's our downward, and let's have an upward one. Let's have a company we've never heard of. How about this one?
This is McDonald's. This is Mark's favorite company.
Really? No? Okay. Well, not really. Okay.
No, you eat all the time. Apparently, they have really good coffee here, I heard. But nevertheless,
that's what I heard as well. Apparently, from the beans point of view, apparently McDonald's really has one of the best ones, better than the others, even the high street names that I could mention, like Starbucks and stuff. Well, maybe it is surprising, maybe it's not surprising. They have purchasing power, right? Economies of scale. So maybe that's the case. Amazing.
Yeah, maybe, but I think it's a strong company. The probabilities are it should go up in value over time. So I think the probabilities are on our side. So if the market continues up, I think McDonald's will do really well in the shorter term, at least. So we're adding that as a short one, or a long one, sorry.
All right. What's the point you want to add? Because I'm itching to get into the cryptos.
The point I want to add is the importance of diversifying, because even though stocks are going down, people might be hedging, right? I know they're fleeing a bit into the dollar, might be fleeing into cryptos as well as a hedge for the situation we're in. Because just imagine, I know the interest rates in Russia also is up to around 20% at the moment. And who knows what's going to happen in the rest of the world. So it might be really good to hedge in cryptos as well. See what I did there, Mark?
Cryptos, and when we later go onto our BCA strategies, I mean, I don't know about here officially, but I'm certainly in some Barrick Gold and past positions, and and they really went up a lot over the last few days. So as Dennis says, being diversified, absolutely, you must. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Okay, so let's have a look at the crypto market. It's been volatile. It has been volatile. It went up massively, didn't it, the last few days? What's been happening?
Yeah, so what's been happening, I think this is also on the back. It's really been following the stock market quite a bit, especially the tech sector. So when we got certainty in the market, then crypto started to reverse higher as well. And I think people are also not fleeing, but going into cryptos. And we know that institutions pension funds are starting to put a little bit of money in it. So now when it's going down, everything does not only go down, it goes up as well. So from a technical perspective, currently, we do have an upward trending support and somewhat of a horizontal resistance. So what usually happens when we have one of these ascending triangles is that we do break to the upside. That's what the probabilities are saying. So for us to enter the next bullish phase in Bitcoin and cryptos, I would say we do need to break over the resistance around 4,520 or something like that. So it's looking positive. We got a really big green candle yesterday, a big reversal. So if we break above that, I think we can be looking at the 50,000 or even higher to initiate the next bullish phase here in cryptos.
Alrighty. Are there any more kind of like cryptos that, we're in so many different positions on our CCA strategy and our small cap strategy, but are there any ones that you think that we need to enter into again?
I think so. I think we're going to be looking at a few here, but Avalanche, for example, there is a really good blockchain and layer one protocol. They've actually just got integrated in Virex, and Virex is a digital payment platform that has around 61 million locations worldwide, and they have loads of customers. I think that integration is really, really good for the Avalanche adoption, among other things. So a lot of the cryptos has really gone down a bit, gone sideways. So we don't have a lot of new entries, but a few I want to highlight is definitely Avalanche. So AWACS, we got into that before, and
that's pretty impressive, no, Wirex? 61 million locations worldwide. I'm just thinking about that. That is impressive. That is very impressive indeed. Yeah. Okay, yeah, AVAX, Avalanche, a great company, layer one, as Dennis says. And, you know, just in general, we want to have a quick look at that. Yeah, okay.
So it's down 42% from the high. We are up in profit on this, but if you're not in it, or if you want to add to it, I think Avalanche is a great opportunity that has a bright future ahead of itself as well.
Yeah, I got into some more Matic the other day. I like that one as well. I mean, the whole market is down, right, from the highs. And so whichever kind of one, what you're looking at, layer one, layer two, etc. I like to focus on the layer ones right now, like the more solid ones, for example. And this one down here, 46%. So if you haven't gotten into this one, as always, do your own research. Use us as a springboard for ideas for you to go away, do your research, and see whether you agree with us or not. Any other ones you might want to look at?
Yeah. I think we should mention Engine Coin as well.
I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we looked at this briefly a week or so ago, but down 72% or 70% at the moment. I think it's great. They are building the future for gaming and metaverses as well, which we think will be a big trend this year as well. So Engine Coin is definitely one to keep your eyes on as well.
I think that's a really good one. It's the future of gaming. Absolutely. In terms of adoption as well, you know, companies are starting to adopt cryptos, and eBay is the latest one to actually say that it's now going to allow people to pay in digital currencies as well, which is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. You know, so it's happening. You know, every week we have another company that basically says that, and I'm sure you guys mentioned, you know, JP Morgan back a few years ago said this was the worst thing ever. It's all a scam, etc. But they actually just put themselves as a digital bank into the metaverse. So they're embracing the whole cryptocurrency and blockchain movement as well.
Everyone is. If they're not adapting the technology, they will fall behind.
Yeah,
and maybe the last thing to mention here is there was some whale activity. That's crypto holders that owns a certain amount of Ethereum or Bitcoin or crypto, and we're talking tens of millions or even more. Yeah. And they accumulated quite a bit of Matic, which we just looked at, but also.
Well, I just told you that I bought some. I just confessed.
I didn't want to make that public, Marcus, but fine. Okay. So that being said, Link is the other one, down 61% from the high. Looks very interesting as well. They bought more than $5.2 million worth of Link and Matic. So
Link is one that people forget. It's so solid. It's an Oracle play. There really are very few other like there's a lot of layer ones, and you could, you know, is it Avalanche? Is it Solana? Is it? But here there's very few that actually compete with Link. So that's a real solid. It's not the one that moves up the most either, right? Because, you know, risk reward, it's a good solid one to get into. Again, do your own research. So, okay, we're not recommending any more to get into. We're not getting into any more ones, right? Any new ones.
The only one to highlight maybe before we go into VC is Luna.
Yeah, but that's been going up so much. I know.
Exactly. So
we should have been getting in a few days ago. That would have been absolutely fantastic. And this is the power of this. Have a look. Like, okay, we've been milking it. You know, we've been milking it. But how much was it down from the recent high there, Dennis?
So it was down around 56%, 57.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. You had so many entry points there to get in, and now up, you know, 100%. And remember, this is just maths, right? When something is down 50% and you get in, you think, well, how much are you going to make? I'm going to make 50%. It's down 50%. I'm going to make 50%. No, you make 100%. That's why this strategy works so well, right? It's 100%, because if you had something at, let's say, $20 and it went to $10, and now you buy at $10, when it goes from $10 to $20, that's double, isn't it? $10 to 20 is double. Well, what's double? Double is 100%. And once you realize that, that's why this strategy is so powerful. again, if you want to learn these strategies, and specifically with the stock market, don't forget that we do have that masterclass coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, and by the way, as well, make sure as well, we had the clients that followed us from 2017 through the bear market. Just stay committed, keep coming, keep looking, keep watching, keep buying, because we just know the people that really go through this and don't just, I'm going to look at this in a year's time. Now is the time, right? When everything is down. So please comment below as well. Are you keep following us, and are you keep buying, right? Are you keep getting
with the rules though, with strategies? And that's so important. You need to learn the rules, not just willy-nilly go in. And that's also very important indeed. I think we should move on though. Okay, let's move on to our value cost averaging.
Yeah, so speaking of Barrick's gold, we actually had a stop loss at 15%. It went down, took us out. So I think that's worth a move. So 15% profit on that.
We kind of sold the cow there, didn't we?
No, I think I think we should milk it. It's a fat cow. We have a lot of positions in this cow. Cow is a portfolio. How many?
Okay, fine. All right, fine. I'm going to sell the cow. Dennis is milking it. He loves to milk that cow. It's a fetish thing. He loves it. Okay, here's the thing. Remember that, like, some of you who are new to this might be saying, well, hold on, stop loss, what do you mean? Well, we got into it several times, and then as it went up, we then locked in our profits with that stop loss, and it took us out. It actually went a little bit higher as well, which would have been nice. But, that's just the name of the game, to see whether we can keep locking in more and more and more. So that is amazing. Anything else we need to look at?
Yeah, 2. We added 1 position on CRM, Salesforce, the CRM system. And that was down 40% to 39 since we entered 19, 29, and 39. And last one is Block Inc. Rallied down to 70% drop. Never seen anything like it. That's rallied that low. Wow. And then great earnings up around 57%. So if you follow this all the way down, you would be around break even now. Even though it doesn't look like it's down so much, you will be around break even. That's the power.
It doesn't look like it, right? But that is the power of this strategy. And we would be about break even. So I'm going to have a look at my position when the market opens a little bit later there as well. Great company, by the way. It used to be Square. Now they're called Block. Why? Because of the blockchain. Just like Facebook, now no longer is Facebook. It's now Meta because of the metaverse. These guys are kind of, they're saying this is what is the future, and this is what we stand for. Absolutely incredible. Fantastic.
Cool. And a new one we want to add this week, in case you don't have enough VC8s or you're just starting, is Caterpillar. We are looking at Caterpillar down 20%. And now it's down around 18. So hopefully it goes down a little bit. So you can always put a limit order with the VC8 strategy at minus 20%. Good income, as I can even go into, and you can have a brief look.
While you do that, I just want to mention that Caterpillar is a very well-known, globally recognized brand, which is very important, right? Global brand. And they are everywhere in the world, of course, as well. And I don't know what those, what are they called? Those little mini cranes, what are they called? Baggers in German. What are they called? What do they do?
Cranes, yes.
No, it's not cranes. It's the excavators.
The dirt.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there must be a name for that. Comment below if you know the name for this. Basically, that's it.
Yeah. So they have good income. You can see they're undervalued. The PEG ratio shows if that's under 1, it's the PE ratio in relation to growth as well. So if that's under 1, it shows it's undervalued, which is interesting for a big company like this. And earnings per share next year plus 20%, which is great. They have a good profit margin, above 12% or above 10%, which is nice. And they have a good return on equity, assets, investments, and the debt is quite high, but they probably do have a lot of assets in the machinery, the machines like Marcus are talking about. I'm not sure.
When they go, and they get the dirt and what's that called, for heaven's sakes?
I know in Swedish, but that will not help.
Well, come on then. Yes, it will. Come on. What is it in Swedish?
Grävskopa.
That doesn't help. Grävskopa, like you scoopy up the gravi.
Exactly.
Okay. The gravel.
It's, you're digging up dirt. But okay,
diggers. Fine. Are they not called diggers? Diggers? Okay, let's move on. Anyway,
let's move on. But we're adding Caterpillar. I think it's a great company. Remember, it's just the first entry. So if it goes down more, we add even more.
All right, very, very good. What is it? Say it out. What is it? A digger. It is a digger. Ding, 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 ding. Absolutely fantastic. All right, let's have a look at the results then. Oh, yes, the results. Fantastic. So the 1st of March here. By the way, this is since August 2020. So we're coming up to almost 2 years soon. All right, a little bit to go. Boo, -4%. Now, that is the biggest loss we have had in any one trades of the week. So that is a big boo. I'm blaming you, Dennis, by the way, for this. No emotions. Buffalo, only 55% up on the total portfolio, but VCA 8, by the way, that's on the total portfolio. So actually that's quite good in the year and a half. And we are still kind of on track, although we took a little bit of hit. VCA 875% on the money invested. We added another 15% onto that. And cryptocurrencies, they're down and sideways, etc. Yeah, sorry, we should celebrate. Yay. 1,460% on the money invested, and the small caps, of course, a little bit more risk, but boy, is it worth it. 4,320% on the money invested. By the way, again, if you want to, and I'm sure you do, take advantage of these strategies and get these kind of results, then make sure you join me live for a whole day of training, right? Which I think is free. I'm looking around for help. Yeah, it's free, right? It's free. Why would you not do it? Bring your whole family. Make sure that you bring your kids as well, so that they start learning this at a great age. And you'll have a link above to the one-day Stock Market Masterclass, and of course the link in the description below as well. I look forward to seeing you there. Absolutely amazing. Make sure, please, that you do like this video, but above all, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button so that you never miss out on what Dennis, myself, and Keith are getting into and out of in all different time frames, all different asset classes, and getting these kind of results. And we look forward to seeing you on the next Trades of the Week.